my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a Twinkie pie. This time of year has us eating a lot of pies, at least here in the United States. We are celebrating Thanksgiving. It's a time of bounty, celebrations, families getting together, and often that includes pie. So I thought, let's make a pie that's a little bit different, one that I've never made before. I have made plenty of interesting pies, including a water pie, a Sprite pie, a Coke pie. If you haven't seen those videos, I will put them in the description box down below. Lots of different ways to pie. And today we're going to be making a Twinkie pie. If you're not familiar with Twinkies, they are little yellow cakes filled with white cream, pre-made of course. They come in a little sleeve. They've been around for quite a while. They're made by Hostess and lots of people love them, but never have I ever made them into a pie. I have made homemade Twinkies before using a Twinkie maker. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to check that one out too. Super fun. The recipe that I'm going to be adapting today comes from a book, one of my favorite places. It's called The Truth About Making Twinkie Pie by Kat Ye. And this one looks interesting because it's brightly pink. I think it's perfect for the holidays. And it's made from Twinkies and bananas and vanilla pudding. So it's a bit like a banana cream pie too. So enough jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and get started. Classic Nilla wafers and some butter. And I have learned, if you follow me on social media, that butter likes to explode if you don't heat it on a lower temperature. Nilla wafers in a bag, and I'm going to just crush them with my rolling pin. Flip over our melted butter. It's a pretty standard recipe for making a crust, just like a graham cracker crust. Just gonna stir this up. Into our springform pan goes our warm butter cookie mixture, and then distribute that around. What I found when it comes to pressing pie crusts like these, or crusts, is using something that has a nice flat bottom like a measuring cup, and you can just go around, and it's a great way to press and get an even surface. See how nice and even that is? Into my preheated 350-degree oven for 12 minutes or until it's kind of crisped up and golden. Next, we're going to need some cherries, specifically maraschino cherries, these bright red cherries. These are packed in a syrup that is dyed with bright red food coloring. Oh my gosh, they smell like a little bit like almond actually, almond extract. Into colander, look how electric they are. We'll save a beautiful, perfect one for the top. And then the others I'm going to put into my blender, along with 2 tablespoons of the reserved syrup. Liquefy this. All right, the more we puree this, the more even our color will be. Now we are going to make our filling. We need some instant pudding mix. This has gelatin in it, so it sets up with just cold milk. So 1/4 cup of that, 1 cup of cold milk. And it's important that it's cold. Wow, look how yellow it is. Oh my gosh, instant waft of vanilla fragrance coming up there. So look how watery it is. But by the magic of gelatin, it shall thicken. While the pudding is cooling, let's prep our bananas. And we just need to slice them up. Do you eat the bananas? Just wondering. I'm slicing them into about 1/4 inch slices. Bananas sliced. 7 Twinkies. Here they are. Beautiful little cakes. Look. Injection holes. Smells like imitation butter smell and vanilla smell. It's like the Walmart logo. I'm dressed like a Twinkie. I just realized. Funny how that works. All right, I'm gonna set these aside for a moment just because I need some space. It smells so good in here. It smells like cookies and vanilla and butter. It smells great. So now we are going to whip our cream. I've got 2 cups of whipping cream here, a bowl and a hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, you could do this by hand. It will just take longer. Bloop, 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 bloop. So now we're going to beat this until it forms stiff peaks, but try not to go too far. It happens pretty quickly at the end there, and it can get kind of lumpy, and that's when you're turning your whipped cream into butter. So here we go. So we have this beautifully whipped cream. To the pudding, I almost forgot to add some salt. We're going to add a quarter of this whipped cream into our pudding. This will lighten it up. See, look how the pudding has changed now that it's been in the fridge. See how thick it is? So now this will lighten it up, and that's beautiful. Ooh, gosh, that mixture sprayed whipping cream all over the place. Now to the remaining whipped cream, we're going to add our beautiful cherry puree. And this will be nice and pink. And then fold that in. Look how pink it is. Boom. Cookie crust looks beautiful, smells great. And now we are ready to assemble. Cut our Twinkies in half, and then we're going to arrange them around the perimeter of the pie. This is a 9-inch springform pan, by the way. I can't unsee these as minion heads. Look at that. Banana slices, and fill the middle. Our banana center. So this is where it's a little bit like a banana pudding, banana cream pie. Now we're going to take our pudding layer and put it right on top. Kind of filling in those cracks a little bit. Make sure the bananas get some too. Kind of giving a little bounce around the edges so that the pudding can go in between the cake. Layer in our pink stuff, and I'm just going to pile this in right on top, nice and tall. Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty, into the refrigerator, and I shall see you in about an hour. Alrighty, my lovelies, I'm back with the Twinkie pie. It has cooled for a couple of hours in the refrigerator. Now I'm sprinkling this with some vanilla wafer crumbs. And then right in the middle, we're going to add our reserved cherry. Oh my gosh. Boop, right there. I'm going to unclamp this. Okay, here we go. Wow. Look at that. Oh, I love it. So because we took that little bit of effort to push the pudding mixture in between each little Twinkie, we get little scallops. Can you see that? Look, it's like a little scalloped edge. I love it. All right, my lovelies, we are now going to slice into the beautiful Twinkie pie. Here we go. Maybe it needs to be kept in the fridge. It's been sitting out for a minute, so this is sliding off. All right, here we go. Ooh, look at that. Alrighty, lovelies, there it is. The Twinkie pie. We're gonna get Twinkie. Gotta get some of that crust and the banana. Bite of everything. Itadakimasu. I am not a banana cream pie person at all, but this is pretty good. Everything goes together so nicely. Even the bananas. The bananas and the vanilla pudding go together nicely. They both have kind of a soft texture, and the creaminess, the thick kind of creaminess of the vanilla pudding goes nicely with the bananas. Nice subtle vanilla flavor with banana, and the whipped topping that is tinged with an almond and cherry flavor also go really well with the pudding and They eat bananas. The cake, which are the Twinkies, is perfect. It's fluffy. It's kind of like a strawberry shortcake in that sense, with all this creaminess. It's like a perfect combination, classic combination really. And then you've got this vanilla wafer crust that is infused with butter. Sandy, salty, buttery, combined with this kind of chiffon fluffy cake that has cream inside it, and then topped with more kind of cherry almond cream on top. So good. I'm so surprised by that. It has a lot of pre-made, pre-processed ingredients, but it's phenomenal. It works perfectly, famously, and what I love most is that it's not overly sweet. The topping, the pudding, everything feels light and is sweet. It's definitely a dessert, but it's not heavy or weighty, which I think would be perfect for a celebration or a get-together, especially where you might be overindulging in terms of the amount of food you're eating. This is a nice, fluffy, celebratory dessert that looks impressive and is cheery with all this pinkness and the little cherry on top. And it's really simple to make. And you can make it ahead. Way to go, Kat. Way to go. All right, my lovies, there you have it, the Twinkie pie. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite pie is or your favorite holiday dessert is. I would love to hear about it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I think this is my favorite way to have Twinkies.